Greetings and best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us at 2K Sports as we get set for this NBA presentation. In this game, we'll see the Denver Nuggets against the Houston Rockets. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Kevin, thanks very much. Nikola Jokic loves to pass. He said an assist makes two people happy instead of just one. So it's as simple as that. And that simplicity and creative joy is part of what makes the big man tick. Jokic said, "It helps me having fun out there. It's a different way to approach the game." And that makes him one of a kind in this league, Kevin.
Sure is. Thanks, DA. And here's what the Rockets' schedule looks like. On Thursday, they'll be facing Hassan Whiteside and the Sacramento Kings. A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. Harden and Gordon are out on the wings. PJ Tucker is out there with Christian Wood, and it's Wall in at the 1. And for Denver, Millsap and Jokic, the big men. The backcourt is Murray and Harris, and it's Porter at the 3, the small forward. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. Here's Wood. Back to Harden. Trying to find Wood. Gets it to him. No good. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Murray with the ball. Lays it up off the glass. Murray's got the first points of the night for Denver.
And even at 6'5", Murray just elevates high inside for these buckets. A high percentage shooter down low.
Jokic against Wood. Harden outside. And the layup is good.
Really like seeing Harden take it strong inside. So crafty in how he finishes near the bucket.
And Christian Wood, undrafted in 2015 out of UNLV. Wait a minute, that's your alma mater. Hey, talk about his game. What do you like about Christian Wood's game?
Well, first I'll start with he went to UNLV. He's long, he's lean. I think he really fits the modern NBA as a small ball center. Able to hold his own on the glass and space the floor.
Wood against Jokic. Wood passes to Harden. Cans the shot with nobody near him.
Oh, I love how Harden pulls once he gets the ball. If you play off him just a little bit,
outside Porter. And so just over a minute and a half played. Here's Jokic. Comes up empty down low.
Man, when the ball's in his hands, that's as high percentage as it gets. It's just a fluke miss.
From down low. And it's Gordon getting it to go.
This is why you can't leave guys open around ball. He'll notice it and exploit it.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Millsap kicks to Jokic. 1:56 left in the first. 6 to shoot. In the corner, Murray with it. Releases. Wall with a block.
The height Wall possesses, it allows him to get up to these type of blocks. Shooters have to be aware of his reach.
And a chance there to look back at the stunning mobile one block a moment ago.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
So for the Rockets, DeMarcus Cousins comes in for Christian Wood. And Daniel House subbed in for Eric Gordon. The Rockets have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Harden the pass to Tucker, so the wing on the left. Jokic against Cousins. And here's Tucker. Harden inside the three-point line. And it's Jokic with the rebound.
Yeah, but the hand in the face. It's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
And while we've got this moment here now, let's take a look at last season's leaders in converting turnovers into points. The Rockets fourth.
And this team, in terms of scoring off of turnovers, that became the identity. I mean, they really look to disrupt and cause problems defensively. And boy, do they take advantage on the other end.
The first one falls for the Nuggets. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Jokic. And it's Bull in for Paul Millsap. And a switch here also for Houston. And McLemore, he's checked in for James Harden. Morris against Wall. The pass to Cousins. Now here's McLemore. Not a lot of room. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
A superb strength from the crafty guard. Wall's used to getting knocked around. He sticks with his shot.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Had to deal with some major injuries over the course of his career, but Wall never loses the drive to succeed.
Morris passes to Hartenstein. It's stolen by Wall. Here's Tucker, the big dunk at the end of the break.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
And Denver has possession. The Rockets making the shot. Here's Morris. The kick out to Barton. And the layup falls.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Cousins, and then Cousins with the dunk.
Whenever Cousins get that close to the basket, it's game over for the D. He is such a forceful presence, especially when he's dunking.
Last outing for the Rockets, it was a loss to the Trailblazers.
Yeah, they made some spectacular plays in it right to the very end. Just couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah, and sometimes it just comes down to a couple of critical plays which you need to execute in close, ugly games.
With 2 seconds left, and Morris with the lay-in. And so the first quarter is in the books. Rockets ahead. They lead by 5. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. Naturally a ball-dominant player, James Harden talked to us about others setting him up a little bit more.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal. Of course, playing off the ball is something that I'm comfortable doing. Like I'm able to catch and shoot. I'm able to play off, on the wings.
Giving their offense another dynamic.
And it also helps him preserve some energy for those big moments in the big games.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So on the floor for Houston. McLemore is out there with Wall. Then it's Christian Wood. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's House in at the small forward position. Harden inside the line. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor. Greg, in 1991, you were drafted 12th overall. Talk about early expectations as a first-round pick. Your son going through it right now.
Yeah, no doubt. Listen, everyone wants to see what you've got. And also, you want to prove that you belong. And so, because of that, though, especially in today's game, sometimes judgment comes way too quickly, and we've seen it with a lot of great young players that because they come in a lot earlier in terms of their age, it may take them an extra year or two to figure it all out. And so the teams that are most patient in allowing those kids to mature at their own level tend to be the ones that get the higher rewards.
Indeed, and we see so much impatience, and it causes problems. Rockets have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. Here's what Denver's going with right now. Jokic has checked in for Hartenstein. Millsap comes in for Bull. Porter's checked in for Will Barton. And Harris subbed in for Morris.
The combination of size and strength, it makes Cousins a tough cover. I mean, overpowered.
Murray against Harden. And the rejection by Cousins. And it's Gordon penetrating. And some nice passing there by Houston. Here's Harden. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Harden's got the lead up to 10 now for the Rockets.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Murray for 3. The shot, no good. The Rockets go the other way with it. This the first chance to take a look at the Nuggets this season.
And we saw how competitive and entertaining the season series was between these two terrific teams last year.
But it's always a marquee matchup on the schedule. I think it's going to be another fun set of games between them this year.
And he comes up with the deuce.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for Denver. A 12-point game. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. And here are the Rockets now. Right now, they're on a 9-0 run. There's McLemore, and the dunk by McLemore.
He's superb at finding open teammates. Harden, I love how he looks to shed a rock.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
4 rotations. I mean, slow help and just not enough toughness on the interior. They've got a lot to talk about.
And the Rockets making a change here. Tucker's checked in. Now here's Murray. 23 points for him the last game against the Clippers. Pass to Jokic. Harden against Murray. 5 on the clock. Over Harden. And the rejection by Harden. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. The Nuggets making a switch here. Dozier's checked in. .124 left in the first half of the game. Gordon finds Tucker. Harden outside. For the 3. Cracks in the tray. Harden's got 9 points.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Gordon against Porter. Offensive rebound. Here's Jokic. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And sinking that one, he ends a 14-0 run by the Rockets.
Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is such a unique talent at that center position. Young player, already top 10 in career triple-doubles.
How about the most triple-doubles ever by a foreign player? You think of the great skilled European big man. Jokic, arguably the most skilled of them all.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Millsap. Harden comes in for Porter. And Morris subbed in for Gary Harris. Harden's shot is good.
Talk about execution on the offensive end. They're leaving nothing on the table right now.
Absolutely relentless. They're in the flow and riding that wave for as long as they can.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Here's Wood. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their play.
Yeah, right now it feels like they can't miss. We'll see how long they can make this last.
Here's Hartenstein. He's still scoreless so far in this one. First trip to the line for him here.
Taking 2 shots.
First one falls for him. So both teams changing it up here. Good on both. 17 seconds left in the second quarter. Gordon finds Tucker. Here is House. Takes the 13-footer. That one wide left. Martin from outside. And so it's Houston sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Hey, James, we know that scoring seems to come easy for you. How do you create that mentality out there?
I just like to have fun. You know, it's all for the kids. It's all for the fans. You know, I think that's what we're here for. And so, you know, guys, just go out there and compete, have fun, and just play hard.
My family doesn't think it's all for the kids, but I appreciate your sentiment. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, and welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here. If your name is Shaquille O'Neal, raise your hand, please. If your name is Shaquille O'Neal, raise your hand, please. I guess Shaq's not here today. If your name is Kenny the Jet Smith, raise your hand, please. There. And I'm Kevin Harlan. Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. Their biggest advantage of the period was 7 points. The second quarter got a lot more exciting for them as they were putting up big numbers and find themselves way out in front here at the half. Kenny, what you think about the Rockets?
Yet again, we're seeing the offensive brilliance of James Harden, able to see openings develop before they actually happen. And when you have that kind of anticipation, it makes you nearly unguardable.
And Shaq, your take on Denver?
The shots were not dropping for them, and now they're in a big hole. They gotta be talking about a way to make shots. Their shot selection, pew-wee, not at all what it needs to be.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take it down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
Wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
The backcourt is Murray and Harris. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. And it's Porter in at the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Now here's Wall. Following the miss by Jokic. Wall, and the basket is good. Wall's got his third basket of the night. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
Oof. That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are two guys that still are very reliable.
Wall is a crafty defender. Look, he loves getting his hands in the passing lanes. He's phenomenal at stealing the ball.
Here's Jokic. It's hauled in by Wood. Wood's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Slow to get warm after the break. 0 for 3 now. Maybe they need an early timeout just to try to settle things down. Nice and steady so far in the second half. They're 3 for 4.
Top of the line, competitive spirit for P.J. Tucker. Doesn't mind doing the dirty work.
Yeah, he's just ecstatic to contribute to a winning team. After bouncing around all those years in Europe and then those losing years in Phoenix, he's found a home in Houston.
All with it, out guarded by Murray. And Wall kicks to Gordon. Pass to Harden. 5 to shoot. Right at the free throw line. Tucker the pass to Wall. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. An outstanding defensive play to earn the mobile one block.
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Houston. Daniel House comes in for Gordon. The Nuggets trail by 21. Morris finds Jokic. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
His offense has been non-existent tonight. It's really hurting.
Passes it to Harden. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Harden's got 13.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Starting to take over here, building a big lead that could ultimately prove insurmountable.
Denver calls timeout.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Bad shot selection, as well as some bad luck. I mean, that's not going to help you score points.
Checked in for the Nuggets. And a switch here also for Houston. McLemore is checked in. And Jokic throws it down.
And at 7-2, Bol has incredible vision, including noticing when his teammates are open.
Fires at the elbow. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put in the work.
Now here's Barton. 6 points for him. Inside. And Jokic with the basket on the assist by Barton. Jokic has got 4 points in the quarter.
Sometimes he seems to be indestructible with the finishes he can make. Jokic is a force down low.
Here is Harden. He's got 15. That one drops for him.
Even with the D giving him a lot of attention, he's still finding ways to light him up.
34 seconds left in the third. Morris, no good. On offense, here are the Rockets. They're on a 13-4 run right now. Now the pass to Harden. Harden draws the double, puts it up from 12. Now here's McLemore outside. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 3 assists now in this one. Morris kicks to Barton. Pass to Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
One of the few guys in the league who make a lead pass like that. Oh, just a fantastic look.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
It could go, and that one released in time, but no good. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Houston on top, ending the third quarter with a massive 16-7 run. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. So on the floor for Houston, we've got DeMarcus Cousins, Harden out there with Wall, Then it's P.J. Tucker, and it's House in at the 3.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
Yeah, going defense to offense in an instant. Every team now calibrated to do that.
Not shy from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Now, here's Jokic. He's guarded closely. Back to Barton. Lets it go with a 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. And it's 9 points for Will Barton. And looking back at what was a stellar career, Greg, if there was one thing you could have done different, do you have anything on your mind?
You know, I would have loved to have had the opportunity to finish my career in New York. That was a special place, a special time. Unfortunately, that didn't transpire, but that's the one thing that stands out. That and obviously not winning a championship.
I can understand both of those.
Yes.
Here's Jokic following the score by Houston, and that one drops.
He's been a different player since halftime, coming on strong.
Rockets leading by 21. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now.
Look at that. That's the exceptional leaping skills of Wall. When he's running to the cup, you know he's trying to ram it down.
And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Nuggets. Denver calls timeout. Greg, after we saw top prospects like LaMelo Ball and R.J. Hampton playing a year in Australia, the NBA G League sweetened the deal to attract those blue chippers to this G League, which I think is a very interesting topic and a very interesting way to go.
It is. You know, I think the salaries now could exceed $500,000, not to mention the endorsement deal. And they're on a single team that's built around their needs. Certainly an enticing option for those who want to skip the college route.
Does this affect colleges, in your opinion, in their recruiting?
Not at all. You're going to love your school no matter who plays for them, especially if you're winning. And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
If he's got his hands on the ball within a few feet of the basket, Tucker has one thing on his mind. Dunk that thing.
Now, here's Porter. To the middle. Jokic passes to Millsap. Off on the layup.
It's not easy to keep him from converting those. I mean, the D has to be airtight.
And Harden with the stop.
Ferocious player on the offensive end. Harden is fantastic at staying aggressive, actively looking for a shot.
1:44 left to play in the final quarter. Murray with it, and it's Gordon picking him up. Murray, good.
He's so aggressive at that end of the floor, and that's a quality all great scorers have.
Houston leading by 23. Here is Harden. And it's good. Looking quite sharp with 10 of 12 shooting tonight.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Rockets.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for James Harden.
He hung a big number on the scoreboard, and it wasn't just because he was hot. He did it with movement and tenacity.
Murray finds Harris, and after establishing himself as a key player in Denver, Gary Harris has played, trailing off the last couple seasons. Greg, what's your read there?
I really feel like, Kevin, injuries have played a part, an extended cold streak, but the Nuggets didn't lose faith. He helped build their success over the years, and they consider him a key piece moving forward as well.
And the first one at the line is good. Both teams deciding to change it up. And Harris drops them both. And so it's Houston with it. There's Brown with the three. Houston now working with the new shot clock. Pass to Tate. The kick out to Wall. 3 on the clock. Second chance shot for Boko. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And it's the Nuggets with the ball. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Passes to Chanshaw. Here's Dozier. Makes it off the glass.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
And here's Brown outside. Another miss by Houston. So we see Houston taking the W here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. James, terrific road win. I would imagine you're feeling pretty good about how y'all played tonight.
They're a really good team, so we wanted to come here and just battle. And we finally get in the groove, we got to just pick it up on the way. And one thing we're going to rely on is our defense. So, tonight's another great effort, and we just got to keep it going from here.
Battle. Sounds like a winning formula. Congrats, man. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.